Private and public businesses must be creative and deliberate in their financial planning to diversify revenue streams. We're always looking for ways to expand our reach and results beyond the basic funding of our property taxes and other annual revenue sources. However, like the economy, opportunities to pursue alternative revenue sources ebb and flow and can be quite challenging to compete for and administer. Over my time as mayor, the city has been actively and strategically pursuing opportunities for local, state, and federal grants. I would like to summarize some of the good results we have recently achieved. From 2020 to 2022, the city was awarded approximately $28.9 million in grants. Approximately $22 million of those grant awards are coming from the state's 3M settlement funds for addressing PFAS in our water. In 2022, we also received nearly $850,000 for Phase 1 of Lake Road improvements, which was converting from 4 lanes to 3 lanes west of Pioneer Drive. And we've been awarded another $2 million for Phase 2 of the work in 2024. They are new pavement and converting from 4 lanes to 3 lanes east of Pioneer Drive. In addition to road projects, grant money is supporting initiatives such as highway safety, public safety equipment and personnel, affordable housing, park and trail improvements, recycling, water efficiency, wetlands, and wildlife restoration, among other things. To date, we have spent approximately $20.8 million of the $28.9 million awarded over the past 3 years. Some of the program timelines and projects remain active. We are thoughtful about pursuing grants since some are too complicated or require too much time to apply for or implement. Others we pass on because we don't feel we have a strong case for being awarded the grant. In addition, some grants require the city to match the amount of the grant to complete a project, and we want to limit the city's level of support to avoid financial commitments that continue beyond the grant availability. One-time, non-property tax revenue, like grants, can allow for initiatives that the annual revenue sources will not support. However, grants do not completely supplant traditional funding sources like the tax levy, which typically supports longer-term cost and annual initiatives. For this year's budget, our property tax rate decreased 11.5% because of strong property valuation growth compared to expenditure levels. We enjoy the 5th lowest tax rate among our 20 most comparable metro area cities. In addition to these grant amounts, we also received federal non-grant funding in recent years. In 2020, we received $5.3 million in local government emergency relief money through the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act, also known as the CARES Act, to prepare and prevent the spread of the COVID-19 virus. We used these funds primarily for public safety costs and to invest in a number of health-related improvements at City Hall and other city buildings. In 2021, the U.S. Congress passed the American Rescue Plan, also known as the ARP Act, a $1.9 trillion economic stimulus that was provided to accelerate the country's recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic. We received $6.01 million from the ARP stimulus that is paying for the city's share of water and sewer infrastructure improvements. We also use cooperative agreements to support programs and initiatives. These agreements are similar to grants, but our cooperative agreement partners often work more closely with us to complete projects than our grant partners do. For example, in 2022, the city was reimbursed more than $100,000 by the South Washington and Ramsey, Washington watershed districts to enhance our street sweeping program. Strengthening our search and competition for grant funding can go a long way in helping us leverage funding and furthering our mission. I'm proud of how we have actively pursued non-property tax revenue opportunities to support many important programs and services that we may not be able to pay for in other ways.